Hi everybody, Dr. Jen here. Today's tip for building resilience is a conversation to have with your kids. Now, I'm all about having good conversation with your kids, and I like it because it's something you can sit down and do once after you hear this tip, and it will help to shift the way that your child is thinking about the world. So today's conversation that I want you to have with your kids is one that I've actually had to have recently at my home, and that's about how our brains are more prone to focus on the negative than the positive. Now, when I see teenagers in my medical practice, something that I think a lot of us notice about teenagers is there's a lot of buts and a lot of that won't work and a lot of negative thoughts about the world. Our brains are really primed to see those negatives, and we need a lot of positive on the other side to compensate. So when your children are teenagers, and especially before they become teenagers, start to point out to them the idea that they need to balance out positives and negatives. They need to be saying as many positives about school as they are saying negatives. They actually need at least 3-to-1 positives to negatives. So if your child comes home and is regularly talking about not liking school, for example, make sure that they're also trying to point out some positives that are happening, and that will set their brain up to better see the positives in the world around them and stay in that positive affect, that positive feeling, instead of getting more and more negative as they get into the teenage years when they're much more prone to that. So this is a great conversation to have with your kids, especially if you notice they're starting to share a lot more negatives than they are positive. Bring their attention back to the importance of seeing the positive in the world around them too.